Welcome back to Game 2 of the finals of the Games Network League Cup. We have here Jordan on the left playing Terapagos EX, and Kyle on the right there playing Lost Box. So the score currently is 1-0 to Kyle. If you want to see the first round, then you can check that out. I'll put that at the end of the video, as well as in the description box below, as well as the player interview as well that we got with the winner. If you want to check out the deck profile and a little bit about the matches on the day, then I'll also put that at the end of this video as well. So we're just setting up here. Kyle is just putting out his prizes. Jordan lost the first game, which means he can choose whether he goes first or second on game 2. He has decided to go first there and has opened up with a fan rotom. And it's a little bit difficult to see what Kyle has got there. I believe that is an Ursaluna EX in the active spot. We'll have to wait until the glare kind of moves a little bit and you can kind of see what it is. But I believe that's an Ursaluna there EX. So Kyle is going through his deck, getting his searches with fan rotom. So the obvious targets become things like Hoot Hoots. It's a very common play as well, as you can see what Jordan has just done there, which is to get 2 Hoot Hoots, and then turn 2 you have a knockdown in hand, which you keep that, and then you can use knockdown and search out for important resources there. So he did also have a Terapagos EX in hand. There goes a Nest Ball as well, so Duskull hits the bench, which will become quite useful if Kyle decides to go down the route of getting out Greninja again. So he can one-shot that or just knock it out with Dusknoir's ability there. And it's a pretty nice setup there from Jordan, and he passes turn. There's a Hisuian Heavy Ball from Kyle's side there, looking for just information. I think at this point, just trying to work out kind of what's prized, what's not prized, but you can get that information by playing Hisuian Heavy Ball. At the same time, getting some basic Pokemon that he might want out of there and into his hand, which is what he's just done. There's a Camarant that's gone into hand. And just see what it is. There is a Nest Ball there, so Kyle is going to go through deck. He already has now information, so the deck search won't be as slow as the first game, as he already has information there. So there is Radiant Greninja, that hits the bench. We also do know he has the Camarant in hand as well. So let's see what he does from there. There goes Chorus's Experiment. There is 5 cards, and Kyle needs to choose 3 of those cards, which he's going to put in hand, and the other 2 will go in the Lost Zone. So unlike the first game, he has not started with Comfey here. So he wants to start getting cards into the Lost Zone as soon as possible, so he can start using things like Mirage Gate, for example, which is one of the main energy acceleration, or form of energy acceleration within the deck. So as you can see, Kyle is just kind of contemplating what to put in hand here. So, and we can see there goes a switch, I believe, and the other card, it was quite difficult to see, but there are 2 cards there that have gone into the Lost Zone. There's concealed cards there. You can see the Psychic Energy has gone into the discard pile, and he's drawn 2 cards with that. One of those cards was Buddy Buddy, so Buddy Buddy Puffin. So presumably at this point, Kyle is looking to get out his Comfeys there. As you can see, there are 2 Comfeys there for flower selecting, so he'll want to try and get more cards into the Lost Zone. So he's just shuffling up. The question becomes here, does he have a way to get that, what I believe is an Ursaluna, out of the active spot? I believe he must do, because he did just put a switch into the Lost Zone there, which he does have, yeah, and that was an Ursaluna, as you can see now on the bench. Comfey there uses flower selecting. There goes a Super Rod. I believe that is 3 cards in the Lost Zone. If he wants to use Mirage Gate, he will need 7. There goes Switch Card, and 2 more cards, and there goes a Power Pad in the Lost Zone. I believe that is 4 cards now. Cramorant hits the bench there as well. So let's see. Okay, there's a manual attachment there for the turn. Because he has 4 in the Lost Zone, he can also attack with Cramorant for free, so the energy requirement is ignored by its ability, and that's why he's just gone for the knockout on the Fan Rotom. On Jordan's side, though, there goes Area 0, so now he can start maximizing his bench space. He can get up to 8 Pokemon on the bench because he has a Terra Pokemon in play. Noctowl also goes down. So we'll see what Jordan decides to do here. So there we go. Okay, now Jordan's going through his deck because he is using Jewel Seeker, which is the ability of Noctowl to search for 2 trainer cards and to put those into his hand. So there goes the first one. That is an Ultra Ball. And we'll see what the second choice is. Might be a rare candy of some sort or something like that. And there goes Iono. So this could be quite a good play. I believe what Jordan is probably thinking here is to Ultra Ball. He has Rare Candy in hand as well. So maybe the idea here in terms of sequencing is to get the Duskull out, or sorry, the Dusknoir out. And then with Dusknoir, he can Rare Candy into Dusknoir, use its ability to knock out something, and then use Iono to put Carl down to 4 cards in hand, because Carl did take a prize in the first game. So there we go. So there is Dusknoir that is knocking out the Radiant Greninja that is sitting on the bench. Carl has taken a prize as a result of that because he knocked out his own Dusknoir. At the same time, Jordan has also taken a prize as well. Energy Lotto there, searching out a double colorless energy, a double turbo energy, sorry. And there goes Iono as well, so that is the idea. So to try and put Carl down to a minimal amount of cards there, so it's 4 cards. Keeping in mind that Carl doesn't, at this point now, have Radiant Greninja. So even if he has energy in hand, he can't use concealed cards as well. So it's really trying to minimize the amount of cards that Carl is able to draw here out of his deck. So we'll see what Carl has in the following turn. But there goes another Jewel Seeker from Jordan's side as well. So we'll see what he gets from that. So just contemplate. He's got a double turbo in hand, a Noctowl. I think that's a switch, I believe, and a rescue, a Night Stretcher in there as well. Let's see what Jordan decides to get. Okay, and now he's revealed the 2 cards. So there's a Buddy there and an S-Ball. So he gets 3 searches there. Pheasant PT, EX, so he will be able to flip the script as well and draw some cards from that. And the Buddy will search out another Duskull and a Hoot. So a much better setup from Jordan's side this time around, as we can see. And yeah, there's Flip. So he's just drawn 3 cards there. That is from Flip the Script from Pheasant PT EX. And we'll see what he decides to do here. So you probably at this point want to use Unified Beatdown. Yeah, there we go. And knock out the Cramorant, which is in the active spot. So that puts them both down to 4 prizes there. So so from Carl's side, the benefit, I guess, is to promote, well, he can promote here Comfey and use Flower Selecting to get more cards within in the Lost Zone there. There's a Buddy that goes into the Lost Zone, and in hand is Rescue Stretcher. So by the way, just a very quick note here. Kyle is putting his cards a little bit sideways, and that just shows that the ability has been used, because you can't use the ability more than once, basically. So that is not paralyzed, that is not sleep. So if you see things like Rescue Board go on the card and he tries to retreat the Pokemon, he can't do that because it's just turned sideways just to show that the ability has been used. It is not does not have a special condition, for instance, like paralysis or sleep or anything like that. So so that's why he's able to retreat if he has something like a Rescue Board, which I believe he does in hand. Yes, he does have a Rescue Board in hand. At the moment, though, he's used another Chorus's Experiment, and he's putting more cards into the Lost Zone there. There goes a Nest Ball. So we'll see what he decides to do here. He's also got, as well, interestingly, he's got a Pokestop in hand as well. He could also knock out that Area 0, although that probably wouldn't have too much of an effect here, because I believe Jordan would just put down, take a Noctowl and put that in the discard pile. So it doesn't really affect him too much. And I know he does have more Area 0s in deck as well. He's also got a Hoot on the bench as well, so you could probably get another Noctowl and search it out. So it'd probably be very accessible, I guess, to him. Anyway, let's see what Kyle decides to do here. There goes a Mirage Gate. And Kyle here is using the same tactic he used in the first game, actually. Using Mirage Gate to get 2 energy on that Radiant Greninja. You'd have to think at this point that Duskull and that Hoot is becoming quite appealing to knock out, so to say. So this might be the play. The question becomes here, does he have access to another Water Energy in hand? And let's just see, he does. He has that in hand. Nice. Okay, so there goes the Rescue Board. Radiant Greninja goes into the active spot there, and he discards the 2 cards to knock out both the Duskull there and the Hoot. So now we pass over to Jordan. So Jordan attaches the double turbo energy there. We'll see what he decides to do here. The obvious choice would be to knock out the Radiant Greninja here. You'd have to think, though, that Ursaluna is sitting on the bench there. That can also do 240 damage. Terapagos EX also only has, I believe, 230 HP. So that Ursaluna does become a little bit of a concern there. So the question is, there goes Iono. The question is basically, I think Jordan's kind of worked it out here. He's trying to minimize the chance of Kyle drawing into something. So if he knocks out the Greninja in the active spot here, that would take away the option of using concealed cards. And then hoping that he doesn't really get anything in hand from that Iono, he won't be able to power up that Ursaluna, which means that next turn, if Jordan has resources or the resources to potentially knock out the Ursaluna, he could potentially go down that route. So let's see. Unfortunately, though, I believe, I believe I've seen correctly, he's drawn a Roxanne there, I believe. So there is a Sableye in hand that can also attack. He's got another Water Energy in hand as well. So let's see what he decides to do here. I believe he's contemplating using that. There goes Sableye, and there goes Roxanne. Yes, he's using it. So that means that Jordan will have to draw 2 cards, and Kyle will get to draw 6. So at this point, you would have to assume. So the difference in energy here. So that Ursaluna needs 5 energy to attack. Given that 3 of Jordan has taken 3 prizes here, so that would take it down to 2 energy. So I think just a Mirage Gate might win this, and I believe he has that in hand actually. So, but I think it depends on how many energy he has left in deck. Let's see what he decides to do here. So. Okay, so he's using there another flower selecting. I believe that, okay, so there goes a Night Stretcher there to get a Water Energy back. I believe he's got more than 7. Yes, so he's got more than 7 Pokemon in the Lost Zone there. So he's just searching through deck. There goes, 1 Water, 1 Lightning Energy there on the Ursaluna. And I believe Kyle has this. So there goes in the active spot, and that is the knockout. And that is winning the game and winning the tournament. So congratulations to Kyle for winning the event. If you would like to see, of course, the first game as well as the player interview with Kyle, then I'll leave all that at the end of the video. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, guys, and we will see you all in the next one.